Hey guys, it's Andrew. Hope you're staying safe at home and practicing good social distancing so we can all get back together soon and start taking x-rays together. I did this project on the temporal bone with Emma, but because of this whole pandemic, we broke our project apart and she covered the anatomy, and I'm just going to cover some other general info, so I hope you watched her video earlier, and now we'll get to mine. So I'll start off with some articulations. The temporal bone articulates, each temporal bone actually articulates with three cranial bones: the parietal, the occipital, and the sphenoid. It also articulates with two facial bones, and that's the zygoma and the mandible. There's three primary parts of the temporal bone. The squamous portion, which is a thin upper portion, which is commonly fractured, but we can get to that after. The mastoid portion, which houses many air cells, and then the petrous portion, which are pars petrosa, petrous pyramids. That actually houses the auditory ossicles responsible for hearing and balance, equilibrium, all that. There's a few pathologic conditions. I'll just cover some that are associated with the temporal bone. Mastoiditis is a big one. It's a bacterial infection where fluid fills the air sacs and causes damage to the inner mastoid. Otosclerosis is a hardening or ossification of the auditory ossicles, and that's hereditary, can be passed down, resulting in hearing loss or damage. There's also different fractures and trauma associated with the temporal bone, as well as just the skull in general. There's depressed fractures, where a fragment of bone is actually pushed into the cranial cavity, linear fractures with jagged edges, and then a basal fracture, which is to the dense inner portion of the temporal bone specifically. There's also a lot of blunt trauma, and it could be serious, resulting in loads of different things. The squamous portion, like I said, is probably the most commonly fractured in this, hearing loss, balance off. There's also a facial nerve that runs under the temporal bone, which could be serious if damaged. But at the petrion, which is where the temporal bone, the frontal bone, the parietal, and the sphenoid meet, is considered one of the weakest spots. And the middle meningeal artery runs through that, so if that's damaged or broken, it can cause some serious problems, such as like intracranial pressure, nausea, and loads of different things. Here's just some of the projections. You would do a normal skull series, but here's the Caldwell, and here's just a lateral, highlighting the temporal bone. And then last off, we made some crossword puzzles that we were planning on giving to you. But since all this happens, this is what we got. And unfortunately, I deleted the template because I thought we were going to be back in class, and you're kind of out of luck. So I miss you guys. I hope to see you soon. I hope you're staying safe. Bye.